On the wild shores of Lanzarote, there's a unique low-tree village where the Atlantic crashes against volcanic rock and the warm Canarian sun embraces every bit of your skin without tan lines. Welcome to Charco del Palo. What makes Charco del Palo really special is that it isn't just a resort, it's an actual village, meaning there are no entrance or resort fees. It looks just like any other town on the island, with the only exception that nudity is woven into daily life. Not just on the beach, but also in the streets and bars and restaurants. There's just one exception, but we'll get to that in a moment. Walking around feels like exploring a small Canarian village. The narrow paths lead to unexpected viewpoints, quiet corners, or stone benches perfectly positioned for watching the sunset. Although it's a popular destination, you won't find large hotel chains or resorts. Instead, the village offers a collection of privately owned apartments and holiday homes, each with its own character, yet all in the low, whitewashed style of the island, with traditional Canarian elements like rounded corners, wood accents, and volcanic stone details. Right in the heart of Charco del Palo is a commercial center, and as is typical for a small Canarian town, there isn't all that much to do. You will find a second-hand shop, a beauty salon, and an honesty library. And also, the only place in town where you need to cover up, the supermarket. Don't ask us why, we didn't make the rules, but a sarong is just enough. Here you'll find most of life's essentials, like cookies, wine and ice cream, as well as other stuff like meat, vegetables and freshly baked bread. Near the commercial center, you'll also find Lily's Bar, which serves drinks and snacks, and Jardín Tropical, which is an actual restaurant. This covers more or less the social hub of the village. It isn't much, but keep in mind that Charco del Palo embraces a slower pace. There's no bustling nightlife or crowded tourist attractions here. Also important to mention is that there is no ATM in town. Most places accept credit cards, but it might be a good idea to bring some spare cash. Talking about practicalities, for being such a remote town, cell phone connection works really well and most rentals offer Wi-Fi. Whichever road you decide to take, eventually you will end up at the beach. For many visitors, this is a bit of a hit or miss. While Lanzarote is known to have some spectacular sandy beaches, Charco del Palo has been built on the volcanic part of the shore. There is some sand around though, but it's nothing like you will find elsewhere on the island. We personally like the view of the wild scenery, but also understand that it's not for everybody. If your perfect vacation means spending from morning to evening on the beach, you'd better bring comfortable sunbeds. On the other hand, you don't need to worry about sand getting in places where it's not supposed to go. There are several stairs that give access to the open ocean, but being a reasonable good swimmer is recommended. Especially when it's windy, the waters can get pretty rough. On those days, it's smarter to retreat to the piscinas naturales, or natural pools. The largest of these is called El Coloseo, a sheltered tidal pool where calm waters offer safe swimming regardless of the ocean's mood. Smooth volcanic rocks surround the pool, creating perfect platforms for sunbathing au naturel, which is exactly what most visitors are looking for, adding to the very nude vibe of the town. But it also has to be said that El Coloseo seems to have found its way on the itinerary of many clothed visitors on the island, as most of them have absolutely no idea that they just entered a naked village. It is interesting to watch the looks on their faces. Privacy is easily found in the smaller rock pools that dot the coastline, offering more intimate spots for a refreshing dip. If rocky beaches aren't really your thing, you might prefer seeking out some of Lanzarote's stunning sandy nude beaches. Playa Famara in the west has a beautiful, endless stretch of sand, and on the other side of the island, Playa Honda near the airport provides a convenient alternative. But for truly spectacular scenery, make sure not to miss Playa Mujeres and Playa del Pozo in the Papagayo area. To reach these beaches and explore everything else the island has to offer, having a rental car is highly recommended. If you have no plans to leave the village, taking a taxi might be a better alternative for the 30-minute drive from Lanzarote's airport. As for accommodations, while some places are exclusively listed on naturist-focused websites, many can easily be found on standard booking platforms like Booking.com. We'll include helpful links in the video description to make planning your clothes-free getaway even easier. As you probably realize by now, Charco del Palo isn't for everyone. And that's precisely its charm. This isn't a place for those seeking luxury or entertainment. Instead, it offers something increasingly rare: genuine tranquility and the freedom to simply be. The village creates a special feeling of liberation, not just from clothing, but from the constant stimulation of modern life. Days take on a natural rhythm dedicated by sunrises and sunsets, rather than schedules and notifications. What makes visitors return year after year isn't the fancy amenities, but the sense of peace that comes from living simply, naturally, and freely, if only on vacation. We hope that you've enjoyed this tour around Charco del Palo. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel to discover more clothes-free destinations around the world.